got some parts for the radio that I want to rig up, and at the back here is a space that takes the custom connector that allows the thing to stack. So it's like a ribbon cable. Now that's a custom connector that's way, I mean, it's gone. It's gone, don't know where it is, no idea. So I need to figure out a way to make that look nice. And I was thinking maybe I could drill a hole and mount the power and audio. I've got new jacks here, new sockets. Mount those somehow in there and make it look nice. Now, I was thinking, okay, well, there's obviously a big space just sat there in the way. I need to figure out what to do now. 3D printing, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it'll be nice, but what have I got to hand that's simple? And I've got a whole load of floppy disks that are scrap. So these are non-viable. And I've been starting to use the plastics on there because they're really easy to work with. So what I've done is I've just taken, I'll shave a little bit off there, cutting this to size, and just chamfering the edges and stuff like that. And you end up with some really nice covers for things. I know it's a bodge, but you would probably not know. You know, I think that looks all right. So with that, I'm going to drill some holes through there and then possibly glue it, and we should have a semi-decent connection. The first one is the power. If I just take that off there, so if I'm gonna drill into there and then mount this in there, obviously the other way around. So that's going to be quite a decent sized thing. You know, this is quite a full-on bit of kit, but yeah, I wanted to make it half decent. And then the other one is the audio, so that's going to take the audio feed. The other thing I need to do is to mount this. Now this is a bit odd, but it's a bit over the top, but this is a piece of audio equipment. So what I don't want to do is to have a really dodgy supply. I've got a whole bunch of 9-volt power adapters knocking about. So this was actually for another project, but what I'm going to do is adapt this thing, which is the 7809 voltage regulator, and then mount that inside there. So the DC is going to come into here, and then the smoothed DC is going to come out of there and run the rest of the board. So that's the idea. It needs to be as nice, smooth a supply as possible, otherwise you're going to get audio distortion. So anyway, that's the next phase. This phase involves some drilling. I don't think I'm going to bother with any kind of power regulation at this point. I've got enough decent power supplies knocking about. I don't need to worry, I don't think, too much. And if it's no good, we can always change it. You guys can see any of that, but there you go. There's not much space in here, so I think I'm gonna make a bit more. Tell you what, let's put the soldering iron away before I start burning myself. There we go. Right, let's put this on these audio wires. Okay, and then right. Okay, so that's connected up That's going to be like that. So before we go any further, let's just quickly test it, make sure it still works. The question is, do I have enough juice? I've got a speaker here that, oh no, it's got the wrong thing. Oh, no, I suppose I can use the phono. I'll use phono to phono. Sorry. 3.5mm jack, 3.5mm jack. I've got to find one of them now. So for the ordinary stereo, it's going to be like that. So it's going to be 3.5mm to a couple of phonos. But for now, the test, let's use a 3.5" to 3.5" stereo jack. Okay. This thing is massively over the top in terms of length, but hey, let's put the speaker down there. It's actually a mega boom thing that I fixed a little while ago. Changing the battery is a bit of a pain in the arse, but we got there in the end. Getting it open is really difficult, but it's an amazing sound for what it is. So I'm gonna plug in. I'll be a bit careful. It's not the best, but it'll do. So that's connected to there. I need to find a suitable power supply. Right, having partially destroyed everything, I've managed to find the power supply I was looking for. So it's a really quite a modest little 9V 300 milliamp hour battery power supply. So let's give it a whiz. Got to try and okay. Oh, hey, nice. It's got a light on. That's good. There's no aerial attachment. I might have to. I'll tell you what. If I put I'm just going to put a crocodile clip on there to make sure it's aerial.
After 3 children were found dead at a house in Bristol. 7
Challenged by campaigners against the building of a road tunnel on the A3 near Stonehenge.
Oh, everything's nice and relaxed. I mean, is that Brahms? I can't believe I might actually recognise a classical piece of music. I think it's Brahms, isn't it? My God. I never recognised classical music. Hey, that's pretty good, man. I'm liking that. So anyway, with this buttoned up, that's not gonna be too bad. Cool. All right, I'm gonna get this. I'll turn that off. That's actually quite annoying. You unplug that. Right, I'm gonna get this screwed up, and well, hopefully I'll screwed up. I'm gonna get this buttoned up, I should say, and I'm gonna have to find an antenna for it. Don't know where I'm gonna find that, but find it somewhere. And then yeah, we'll give it the proper test. I'll probably give it a test with a proper hi-fi rather than just this speaker, and we can admire the aesthetic. So yeah, see you in a bit. So I've given it a bit of a clean. If you look at the back, you've got the FM and ground connections for a wire antenna, or ground to medium wave, long wave wire antenna. I don't actually have, well, I do somewhere, I don't know where it's gone, but it's missing the telescopic antenna there. However, I'm not sure whether it's going to fit, but I've got a video coming up featuring this bad boy here, which is a portable colour TV I've had for years and years and years. Yeah, it's held together with tape, and it's useless now. Part of the problem is this is for analog television signals, and digital TV took over years and years ago, so there's no signal for that. But you never know, I might be able to hook up a signal somehow. The problem at the moment is there's no backlight. The backlight module is there and badly broken, so something fried in that. I'm not sure what. It's actually it's got sort of burn marks or something on there. I'm not sure what happened, but it all went wrong, so that's no good. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this and see what we can do with it. In the meantime, maybe it's possible to reuse that, because I'm never going to be able to use that antenna. So maybe if we get that in there and try and transfer it to this other thing. It's always a little bit tricky because you take it out of there and then usually what happens is you lose the washers, and there are very, very thin washers that go next to the connection, so they go either side of that, and in my experience it can usually be an absolute nightmare to get it back on, but we're gonna try, and actually if it fits, that's not a bad fit. So let's see if we can get it on. And have I just lost the screw? No, it's there. Good. Okay, so first thing, does the screw actually fit? Oh, I think it might actually. It does. Excellent. That's the first thing. So we're going from Casio to Sony. This is good. This is good transplant. And I'm gonna just I think I might need to move that down. Hang on a second. That one? Yeah, maybe that one. If I can move it that way, there we go. So that's now vertical. So what we've got to do is get the washers like that and somehow lever that. Oh, that's gone in quite nice. Lever that in, keeping the washers intact. Oh, it's all going to move. Hang on. If I can get... Ah! That's what I need. So I need a very fine screwdriver like that, so I can put it in there. And there we go. I can line up the washers. Otherwise, you can't get any purchase on it. So you can do it up so the thing doesn't fall off, but you don't get any grip. So it doesn't stand up. So let's see whether that weird upcycle thingy is going to work. Hey, it's a bit of a hybrid, but it works. Okay, so yeah, it's not quite long enough. The original, I think, went to there, and that's somehow snapped off. So that would have gone to that bit and then clipped in, but it actually is quite stable. It's fine. Anyway, for what it is, it's fine. So let's give it a test.
I wanted to play this and ask him what his memories of Savoy Brown from 1969 are. Here we are, enjoy.
Oh, what? Oh.
Missing pieces. And right now, time for Kajra and Rico Dan talk up.
Saturday night prime time.
Yeah.
Well, classical wouldn't be my first choice, but it works really nicely. It's got a cool aesthetic. The sound quality is really good. And it's got lights on it. And it was going to be thrown away. So I think that's the right result. Go and find one and bring it back to life. Cheers.